Huh. Okay, so it's Wednesday, which means it's Final Fantasy 14 time. This is my second ever Stormblood stream, so I'm not very far in Stormblood because last time we started off by watching the preview video, the opening preview thing, which was super cool and dramatic, and I have thoughts and I have questions. Um, um, like, is Doma underwater? And if so, how did that happen? But we don't know anything about that in game. I've just seen the video and I have questions and concerns. Um, but but yeah, Sirtaki, like honestly, like I don't know that watching a Final Fantasy 14 stream is not going to be the same like watching other any other game that I've streamed because MMOs function differently. So it is a linear game. Unlike I think a lot of MMOs, but there's so much of it and I didn't stream it all. So I don't know, but thanks for dropping by. So the cinematic was really cool and it asked more questions than it answered, which is totally reasonable. Because it's supposed to pique my curiosity, which by the way is not spelled P-E-E-K or P-E-A-K. It's P-I-Q-U-E. It's a different word, which we can blame the French for. So I'm very early in this, and I don't really know exactly what to expect tonally for the next section. Sneak peek. Haha. Very clever. See what you did there. I mean, right off the bat, I really am really enjoying. Like some people have said that they're not super fond of the change of the character formerly known as Hot Pants being kind of rewritten as Lise. As I've said before, I think that that's a really great decision. And I'm liking her so far. And I'm really curious to see what they do. So one of the things that I was kind of dissatisfied with in previous games, so I found the entire section with Primals, which is most of A Realm Reborn, and a fair bit of just like everything. I find the situation with the Primals very frustrating. So I don't know if any of our viewers who don't know Final Fantasy XIV are here right now, but quick summary of what the Primals are. So this is not going to be 100% accurate. I'm sorry. This is filtered through the Lauren description of it. But basically, so there's the like human type people, and then there's the beast men. And human type includes like the elves, the Lalafell, the giant mountains, the Rogadin, but I just called them mountains and people knew what I was talking about. And so, I think I'm missing one. And then there's a couple of the others that they've added so far, like cat people, dragon people, something else. Thank you. I don't know what I'm receiving here. But let me send you some food too. Okay, I'll send you some food. But yeah, sorry when I'm rambling, I may not be the most able to participate in trades and stuff. So the thing is, like, they've kind of like gotten a break between there has been kind of a disconnect between who is a full person and who is not quite a person. And so there are not quite people, which includes sylphs. And oh, hold on. We need to change the audio balance of the game. I'll do that. But I'll do that while I'm rambling. Because I do want to get through this so we can dive into the game more. That should be a bit better. So, the kobolds, the sylphs, there's like these bird people, there's fish people, the Sahagin, I don't remember what the bird people are called, but there's these beast tribes. Then the bugs, I love the bugs are great. And they're not treated like real full people, they're treated like subhumans. So whenever and I'm gonna refer, even though like the here are the only like real like humans of the more human types, I'm gonna call them like the humanoids. And the humanoids, when they want something, if they'll just like move into your territory, they'll decide you're threatening them, whatever, the beastmen. And so the beastmen or the beast tribes who tend to be more, I mean, they're like more tribal, less like technological, less like big city like cultures. They're outgunned by the humanoids. And so in their desperation, and this is something that we saw towards the end of the post Heavensward content that we did, if they feel sufficiently like threatened, they will basically all come together and like pray for their gods to come and protect them, and those are the Primals. Now there are some things that we know about, and be careful, Ty, with talking about things that will be coming in recent content, because I am still 2 full expansions away from that, so please don't tell me what the later content is going to be doing, because I'll get there eventually. But at the beginning of this game, our concept of what Primals are is that they are some version of the god-given form. And so they'll be like, and the Mughals also are a beast tribe, and so they summon Good King Moggy Mog, which is a fantastic musical moment. It's very much Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas new soundtrack composed by Danny Elfman. Like it's intentionally aping that style, and it does a beautiful job of it. But so they summon this old king, basically like the King Arthur, I suppose, of Mughals. And so you think kind of like, oh, they're coming from like some like deity space, or this is like a shadow of the deity or something, but it's not entirely clear. But as the games continue, you begin to learn that actually these summons, these primals that are being summoned by largely but not exclusively the beast tribes, are an expression of faith and belief rather than necessarily, and this may get clarified later in the game, I don't know that information yet, so please bear in mind that there's only so much I know at this point. But it seems like instead of being like an actual entity, it is like the embodiment of what you believe in coming true. So for example, in Heavensward, there was a discovery that the I've talked about that, like the Elven Catholic Church, that's like very like chokehold. This is how our culture is. This is what we believe. This is history. This is everything. It turns out that they'd been kind of hiding the truth about their history, and part of that was specifically that once upon a time, the elves and the dragons were friends, and there was this one particular elf and this one particular dragon who fell in love, and so that elf is considered Saint Shiva. And so this character in Heavensward believes that she has a special connection to Saint Shiva, and she believes that she can use her body as a host for Saint Shiva to show up and do awesome magic stuff. And this is cool, and we're all like dealing with the repercussions of that, like politically, culturally, theologically, and stuff. Like we're dealing with that. We wind up being friends with her. We go on an adventure. And then we find the dragon who was in love with Shiva, who sees her do her Shiva transformation, and it's like, I hate to break it to you, honey, but that's not Shiva. And so that's kind of the first moment I think that we realize that what we thought was these, like, because the primals get summoned by their people, kind of they get shaped out of belief. Isael being Saint Shiva is the first time we see somebody using their own body as a vessel for this. But that's the first time that we find that actually perhaps the primals are not coming from something else. They are coming from belief, and only from belief, because it is what Isael believes Saint Shiva to be, is what she takes the shape of. It is not actually what Shiva was. And so that kind of throws a lot of that into question. But also that is, I believe, the only time we saw humanoids summoning a primal. I believe the primals prior to that were exclusively summoned by the beast tribes. But so it goes to show that, like, anybody can with sufficient belief. But we haven't really touched on that a lot yet. Oh, well, I guess, okay, I take that back. There have been a couple of places that don't quite line up with the idea of desperate beast tribes summon primals. We tell them not to do that. We beat up, we take away the weapons that they get, that they have to try to keep us from beating them up. We say you can't have those weapons. We take them away from them. We beat them up some more, and we tell them you need to stop making these weapons and just sit back and let us beat you up, I guess. There are some parallels between this and the real world. And I was deeply uncomfortable in A Realm Reborn because we just kept going around, basically destroying the weapons that they summoned and beating them up. And I was like, finally, like, but this isn't right. You know, we're not talking to them about the problems that are causing them to want to summon these primals. We're not addressing the issues. We're just punishing them for, out of desperation, taking action to try to save themselves. Like, are we the bad guys? And there is kind of an element of that, I feel, and I didn't know if that was intentional or not, because they didn't seem to be engaging with that or asking those questions, which was something I found very frustrating. And you spend so much time in A Realm Reborn fighting primals again and again and again and again, and then you fight primals again in Heavensward, but at least in Heavensward it feels more complicated. The Warrior of Light is a milkshake duck. I don't know, because I feel like the Warrior of Light here is kind of being pulled into it by other people, so perhaps we could say that Merlwyn and the rest of the leaders are milkshake ducks. But yeah, and so the primals themselves are a problem. So, like, I think generally speaking it is bad to have the primals out there. But rather than just stopping the primals every time they show up, what if we addressed the source? What if we addressed the reason why they're summoning the primals, so that they don't need to summon the primals anymore? Maybe then they wouldn't summon the primals. Just an idea. Perhaps prevention is the best cure? Maybe? So yeah, and it's something that I can see them dealing with eventually. And I guess maybe they have touched on it a little bit. Obviously I didn't spend as much time with A Realm Reborn or pay as much attention to A Realm Reborn as I probably should have. So maybe there's optional content in A Realm Reborn that would have answered these questions. But purely playing main story content, which is what I do, there's not much of it. And there's more complexity in the process of summoning, as we saw towards the end of, like, they did a really beautiful job building up, and I say beautiful even though it's actually really, like, horrific and sad, but at the end of the post-Heavensward content, as we were building into that, the situation with not the kobolds, no, yes, the kobolds, not the goblins, the kobolds, the child whose parents have been taken and killed because some of the beast tribe have learned, I think because the Asians were messing around, because they're the worst. The literal worst. Oh, Aaron, I'm sorry. Don't be embarrassed. So like, sorry, I was saying a thing. Oh, and so like at that point, someone, I think the Asians have told them, but those are the kobolds, not the goblins, right? Has told them you can summon a stronger primal if you use the bodies of people as, there's a word they use for it, and I can't think of what it is, but basically like as kindling for your summoning. And so the lead kobold does an evil thing. He kills his own people, sacrifices his own people, so that he can summon a stronger form of Titan to save his people. But he's killing his people to save his people, which is like, isn't that the dilemma? But so not only are we introduced to that as a horrifying new thing, which I think is kind of tied into like the thralls from the Realm Reborn too. Yes, and then the primals. Like, the primals are bad news. Like, I am in no way saying that we should have primals running around. They cause a lot of problems. But I am saying that we should perhaps address the reason why the primals get summoned instead, because that is our fault. That is the Eorzeans' fault. Gabu is the name of the child, kobold, who comes to tell you, please help me. And it turns out that I believe it's a little boy, his parents have been captured, and were killed to be the sacrifice to summon Titan. And so Titan winds up getting summoned by Gabu's anger and fear and sadness. And you notice as you're fighting Titan, and it took me a while to figure this out, that like you're hearing Titan, instead of saying the things that Titan usually says, you're hearing Titan saying what Gabu is feeling. And so it's really interesting how using them instead of crystals. Okay, that's right, because the crystals are like the thing that they gather to do the summoning. So it's this big, ugly, complicated thing. And I find it very interesting, as you can probably tell from the fact that I just rambled about it for however long. But another thing that is part of it is the fact that the beast tribes are treated as subhumans by the humanoids. And that's obviously the source of a lot of problems. And so when I come here to the Alamegan Resistance, or at least to this chapter of the Alamegan Resistance, like, the most interesting thing of all of this for me was when I was running around and I saw a Naga hanging out. The Anata, if that's what they're called. Yes. Because I have been deeply dissatisfied with the treatment of the beast tribes by the Eorzeans, and that is something that's gone into, you get to know a few more of the beast tribes better. You probably get to know the rest of them better if you do their side stories, but I didn't do their side stories. But I did a little bit of the Sahagin, which are the okay, I have been here already. Which are the kind of the fish people. And then I did some with the bugs. The raw? I don't remember. But I really liked that. The Voth, excuse me. It's Ravana that I was thinking. Who's their deity. Or like, this person just jumping around. Yes! Just jump around and be awesome. I don't know you, but I'm excited that you're doing this. I too like to jump around in circles. So we're gonna jump around in circles because we're friends now. I think Ravana is really cool looking and just cool in general. And oops, wrong button. And I have the Ravana sword that my my friends helped me get. Yes, I do like jumping. Yeah, I started the Sahagin stuff, but I never finished it. And so maybe it's optional stuff that they address. But even so, even if the game itself draws attention to this and humanizes these, the ruling cultures in Eorzea don't. Even if we get involved and uncover that story, the world does not support them. The world still treats them that way, or at least the Eorzeans do. So I'm very curious, because the Alamegans are Eorzeans. They just kind of, it's complicated. They tried to invade Gridania, apparently in the past. There's bad blood, and then they've been invaded by the Empire for who knows how long. So I don't know. But they think they're still technically Eorzeans. I think once upon a time they might have been part of the Alliance. I'm not sure. But the Domans are not. The Domans are from elsewhere, and so I'm really curious whether the Domans have a different relationship with the equivalent beast tribes in their area. And I wonder, and I don't know that we've had this gone into at all, I wonder if what the Empire has done with the beast tribes in their area, because it does seem that beast tribes live everywhere that humanoids live. So, estranged Eorzeans, that's a good way of putting it, Dumbland. So this is stuff that I'm really interested in, and I don't know if they're going to do anything about it or not, but I think that they will, because I think it's not accidental that they have, I mean, not accidental, I mean, obviously they had to, like, design and code and write and all of that stuff, but I think that it's an intentional decision on their part to have the Alamegans be partnering with Beast Tribe people right off the bat, and they address that, they talk about that, and so either that, oh, so I just ran past someone I knew from way back when, who hadn't seen me since I stopped being a Lalafell, so she's confused. Yeah, I don't know if, like, I don't know what I mean, I assume the Garleans have, like, wiped out their local beast tribe, because that seems like what they would do, or maybe they've enslaved them outright. I'm not sure. It's probably not good, though. I think we can safely assume that. So that's something that I would like to see them do more of, and I think that they're aware that they have to do that. I'm personally a little confused that it's even come down to that, because the level of writing is good, and I hope that they know what they're doing with this. So mentioning Drop the Moon is a good point, because dropping the moon, it turns out that Bahamut was on the moon. So there's one thing, and don't confirm or deny this yet, because I don't know that I actually have reason to know this, and if I don't want to be informed of it. But I wonder, like, Bahamut is a dragon. If I remember correctly, he was what's her name's mate, if I'm not mistaken. Tiamat, yes. And so she tried to summon him, and I think that might have been related to the moon. And it's weird to think of the summoning being done by somebody who actually personally knew you and is trying to summon you. You know? Like, it's so interesting having Isael, like, running up against her what's his name? Shiva's boyfriend. Hraesvelgr, thank you. I was close. I had the first sound right, but I couldn't remember the rest. Hraesvelgr. To have him know this larger than life figure enough to be able to be like, honey, no. And then for Tiamat to have tried to do the same thing, to summon her mate. Like, I mean, I like that because it humanizes the dragons, but in a way that doesn't keep them from being, like, a little harder to know. Although, really, Midgardsormr is the one that's, like, truly unknowable. He's really interesting. I like him a lot. Like, I don't know. Something about what the Primals are and are not gets at the fabric of existence in this game. And so, I don't know the answers, and I want to know the answers, but I will find them out as time goes on. I assume the game will dig into them, because I'm really curious, like, if you have the soul of the planet embodied as a light form and a dark form in opposition to one another, or like the soul of existence in a way, and then you have the void and the light, and creatures of the void and creatures of the light. How do primals fit into that? And these are things I wonder. And, sorry, that's one of my friends who is making fancy outfits and wants to show them to me. So you can hear I'm getting messages, but you can't see them. So that is not related at all to immediately what's going to happen in Stormblood, but it's stuff that I'm really curious about. All right, so Mefford is going to be like, do you know who I am? I'm going to be like, no, I'm sorry. I don't remember anything about anything. No, I don't. I'm sorry. This is a conversation right here that I'm used to having in real life. So if you ever drop by to see me in person in a stream, I try actually to remember names, and I'm somewhat better at being able to be like, oh, I've seen that name before. But it can be very hard for me to remember people. And so before I go to conventions and events and things like this, I will tell people, even if we are friends, come up to me and tell me, hi, Lauren, I'm so-and-so and I know you through Thing. And then I will, like, the librarians in my brain will go and pull the right file, and then I'll remember you and be able to have conversations and talk about what we've done. But I need that initial context. And then it's stored away. I've got the stuff there. I just can't access it reliably, which is very frustrating because I used to have a fantastic memory. But I don't. Somebody who had his pecs out the last time I saw him. Quarry Mill. What did I do in Quarry Mill? I don't know what I did in Quarry Mill. Well, I feel bad because in the video game music scene and like conventions that I go to a lot, like MagFest, like people tend to know me because I am very loud and I talk a lot and I play an uncommon instrument and tend to insert myself into a lot of things. So people know me, but I talk to so many people, I feel really bad that I don't always remember them. So if I've met you before, or we've talked online or something and then we meet in person, please be like, I am so-and-so. We did Thing. I said this, you know, context. And then there's no promise that I will be able to access my file, but I'm much more likely to be able to. So, oh, okay. So he was part of the refugees way back when, I think. Okay. Oh, actually, I think I remember that because I couldn't figure out how to get up a hill. And my friends couldn't figure out how I couldn't figure out how to get up a hill. And they had to jump down, and I had to follow them because I couldn't understand how to walk around in the game. Yeah. Gridanians and the Elementals. Yeah, they are kind of like... But they are kind of held hostage in a way by the Elementals. And then, of course, they've got their own issues with racism and so on, too. Gridania, like, which seems like the perfect city of the elves, but it's super not. Which I actually know a little bit about Gridania because I spent time there. Alright. Not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Oh man, Lisa's excited about this. Oh, we get to go see Lisa's hometown. Excellent. Yeah, I set Ishgard as my home to return to because I like it and I can find my way around it. So do I take both quests? I probably take both quests. Alright, Minago. Minago. Oh yes, you're the friend who got injured, but then you were okay. I remember you. I bled all over your floor. I like her. We're gonna be friends. No, it's fine. Oh, that's right. Alice? Okay, cool. We're gonna have some Alice moments, which is good. Alright, so now I have to find my way to places. See, like, look! This is great! This makes me so happy. Because I've been really kind of mad about that for a while. Had things to say. So... I actually like it when you can't map fantasy lands directly to real world lands, as long as it's done well and not in a like exoticizing, we're just going to be like, this entire region of the world is one exotic culture. But if you're like, I've tried to draw an inspiration from some things, but I've wondered, you know, where did they draw their inspiration from? Like style-wise, like having this giant sculpture in a mountain, like, and they have monks. Like, I'm curious if there's a particular culture that they drew primary inspiration from for this place. So, well, I'm just getting to know Alamingo, so. Okay, so so it's Lisa's hometown, but she doesn't know it. Interesting. Yes, Dosmea, that's kind of what I felt, but I don't think that I know enough about the culture to be able to say for sure. And of course, Drew is making a good point about the fact that a lot of the accents that they've given characters are various British accents. So if you are from anywhere where these would sound like regional accents to regions that you're familiar with, you would have a very different experience for me, whereas I'm like, that sounds like some particular flavor of accent from the UK somewhere, I think. But it could also maybe be Australian. So it's just kind of like, oh, these people all sound like they're from some same shared region, but I have absolutely no context in the real world that makes me make assumptions about them. Which is one of the hazards of having real world accents be a distinguishing factor for fantasy lands. Like, there's a cartoon, Hilda, that I watched, and it's, I don't remember where it's from exactly, but all of the, like, it's about a little girl who lives in, like, a normal, like, human village, or human city, I suppose. But there's trolls and elves and magic figures, and a lot of them have American accents from different American regions, and I haven't heard that. I haven't encountered that before. Nobody does American accents for Fantasyland. And it was so weird. Especially because the particular accents that they chose were really strange, because I have different cultural associations with those kinds of accents. So I have some idea of what it must be like, perhaps for others. Yeah, so when Mass Effect had an Australian accent, basically if there's an accent and I cannot place it, and it is clearly some English as a first language accent, and I can't figure out where it's from, it's probably Australian, I have a really hard time. Oh man. But see, if you're saying howdy, then you're not Southern, you're Texan, and that's different. Oh man, there's overlap, but it's not the same. I know I don't sound it, but I am from Texas. So. Oh man. Anyway, the tunnel to the peaks, that sounds exciting. Let's do this. I don't say howdy or y'all, but that's because I can't pull them off. I just want to draw attention to how well my glamour suits this part of the story. I look like I belong here, don't I? Don't I look like I belong here? I'm like matching Lisa's colors and like the general kind of feel. I'm doing a good job. I did a good job. I'm so proud of me. I used to greet, when I was in middle school, I thought it was funny for me to say yo, because it didn't sound like something I would say. I will say hey there in messages and things, but usually I'm just like hi in emails. Hi so-and-so dash blah 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 blah. Oh, that's too many exclamation points. I'm definitely the person who has to, after every email I write, I have to go through and make sure that my exclamation points are properly distributed and there aren't too many of them. Yeah, even though linguistically I really like y'all, I don't use it very well. I don't sound convincing when I say y'all, even though I grew up with everyone around me even people who don't have Texan accents, which most people, unless you're like if you're in one of the cities, most people aren't going to have a Texan accent, but they will still say y'all. And I don't. But I do have a couple of things that I've been told are Southernisms, like big ol', like a big ol' something. I don't, that's some sort of a regionalism. Apparently not everyone says that. So that's one. It's still red magey though. I could still dash around and be a Zoro, and I have fingerless gloves. So, it counts. I have a number of red mage glamours because red mage is the only class I play. So, I have a bunch of different options. I had a fancy outfit I put together kind of by accident that didn't fit my feel of my character, but it looked great running around with the Ishgardians. They're all tromping around looking formal and cool, and I'm tromping around looking formal and cool. It was great. Alright. There's villages and Imperials. This sounds like an adventure we're about to have. Sign me up. That doesn't surprise me, Drew, knowing what I know of your fashion sense. Okay. Yes, the fashion is definitely a big thing. So I've only recently dipped my toes into fashion, and I have a rich benefactor who donated a bunch of money to me so that I could buy stuff. I knew it was a desert. Why is there an upside down pyramid?
I remember the peaks of Girabania, silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity.
Those are Imperial towers.
Who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
So what I really like about this is it doesn't look or sound like desert. It looks like a distinctive thing. Ooh, oh, right, yes, we have magical passageways. Oh, that's charming, Ty. I'm glad to know that there is a fashion server out there. Yeah, like I feel like there's a shorthand to desert that they use on a lot of things, not just games. But I liked that they're able to not do that. Oh, okay, this is their crazy king. Yeah, so they had a crazy king. Again, if there's anyone here who is watching who doesn't know this game and is kind of trying to figure out where we are and what's going on. Yeah. God, is he Edwin? Is that Daddy Fortemps? I loved him. I loved that whole family a lot. So I love standard desert music. Standard desert music is like a guaranteed Lauren is going to love this. Edmonds, thank you. I knew I was close, but wasn't quite right. But like running around, there's the desert area in Eorzea proper. You know the one I'm talking about. I don't remember what it's called, but the daytime music there is like typical desert music, and I love it. Thanalin, yes, Thanalin has gorgeous music, and it makes me so happy. But I like not doing that. I like the fact that, for example, in Heavensward you go to Foundation and it's not fantasy cliche A. And yes, it is very fluty. Although it's not just the flutes that are why I like it, but I would really like to cover the Thanalin day theme though. I just need to get a guitar friend, figure out the notes. But that is on my list of things I'd like to cover from this game. But I like that Foundation feels like Foundation, and I like the thought of Alamigo feeling like Alamigo. Like Gridania is the snobby elf town. Limsa's pirate place. Ul'dah is actually interesting, even though it's capitalism, the nightmare. But I don't know. I will say that that is something that I feel like they've done okay, is trying to make their locations have their own feeling. So yeah. I was saying something and I don't remember what it was, so we're gonna keep going. No, but the difference is that when you think of a stereotypical snobby elf place, you think of the forest place where they commune with the forest and there's trees and it's very, very Tolkien-esque. And Foundation is not that. Like, yes, they are elves, but they're not really elves. Not in the like stereotypical fantasy race sort of way. It's French Catholic elf town. And that's really interesting. I love Ishgard because it's the first place that we go to that the story's good. It's the first place that I could actually find my way around, which was really nice. Foundation, like I could actually find my way around. But it's compelling, and like I actually think the setup in Ul'dah is really interesting. Ul'dah is the only one of the 3 original cities that I care about, and I started in Gridania. So I can kind of find my way around Gridania a little bit. But Foundation is fantastic, and also just like the characters in the story are so good there. And it's because you've just suffered through all of A Realm Reborn, you like impress on like, it's like, oh, it's the first location that's good, and you get really attached to it. But I'm curious about what I'm going to think and if I'm going to get attached to this place and get to know its characters and become invested in it and find my way around it the way, like, I can now actually find my way around, like, the Ishgardian landscape, too. Not, like, perfectly, but I'm like, oh, it's that place where these things happen instead of, like, wait, Quarry Mill is where again? Quarry Mill is where you go for Palace of the Dead, which, by the way, if you've been watching me and you know kind of my thing, when I was playing with the Pony Adventure Squad earlier today, we tried unsuccessfully to get the Sephiroth pony. And I did my first Ver raise. It's the first time I ever tried, and I succeeded. Of course, I died immediately afterwards, but that was fine. It was unsynced and everything, but the healer then was able to manage things. So it was very exciting because I set up my hotbar specifically because they were like, you should put Verraise on because it would have been nice if you'd had it the last time. So I put it on my hotbar, and I'm very proud of myself, and I might change other things on my hotbar. But yeah, and then we did some Palace of the Dead. We did through floor 60 because we'd been playing before. But then I hadn't unlocked the rest, so I had to do that. So that's what we're going to be working on, which is good because actually, we'll get back to the main story quest in a minute. But one of the storylines that I most remembered was tragic, messed up fiancé lady. Because that's really interesting and really memorable and really horrific. So I was really excited when I was playing through Palace of the Dead and she showed up again, which I did not expect. I really liked that they brought that in. So we'll see kind of where things go from there. But yes, Ada's story makes me deeply uncomfortable, as it should. And so when they're like, go find the Lalafell who's drinking himself to death in the bar, I was like, yeah, that checks out. Yeah. So okay, we're gonna fight things. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably switch. This was currently my transportation. And this was my Zoro moves. But I want to be able to Vercure and then immediately Verraise. And so I set it up so that this button and then this button would do it. But I keep accidentally like trying to Zoro and summoning my doing my transportation thing. Or trying to do transportation and accidentally doing Zoro. So I'm going to switch those two and see how it goes. But yeah, so I was very proud of myself. Well, I haven't gotten to anything like that in Palace of the Dead, but I'm also not very far along, so I will report back because that is content that I will be experiencing for the first time with my friends. Okay, so these things are actually on level for me. Which means that... Yes! Dragon buddy! But they might actually attack me. So I need to pay attention. Alright. Hold on. Approximately to the north. Wait, hold on. I have to read a map. Oh, there it is! I see it. It's just right there. We're gonna try to stay on top of these so that my life is a little less annoying later on. Alright, so what I'm doing here, for anyone who doesn't know, is I will eventually be able to fly around this world, like this region, but in order to do that, I have to have explored all of it and gotten all the other extra stuff, like and also the plot stuff. So there are different ways that you get all the ether currents, and then once you've got them all, you can fly, which is great. Yeah, I have a really, really desperately hard time with controls, Ty, so I have to keep it as simple and intuitive as possible. Oh, there's a fate here. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I'm not doing it for leveling, though. We're doing it because it's a fun thing to do. I'm always over level where I should be, so I don't even think about leveling because I don't do... I discovered a new location. Yay, I got some experience. Like, I'm always over level, so it's not a concern. Yay, no Imperials. Oh, we're gonna totally get ambushed on the bridge, aren't we? Alright. Let's get back on. Oh, we got a bird this time. I like the roulette. You never know what I'm gonna get. I can't fly here, so I'm gonna do the next best thing and jump on a bird, which is basically the same as flying, right? 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 It's not... I mean, it's still satisfying. Look at me. Look at what a serious person I am. I am the most serious warrior of light that ever lived. Hop. 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 No, I haven't. Sorry, Drew. I remembered that somebody gave me a minion, so I did that actually before we played. Oh, hello, frightened villager. We could do a fate and listen to the fate music. You know what's good? The fate music. I have been informed that the fate music has not actually gone away. It just only plays in some fates. So that's acceptable. Oh! Oh, I've been there for that, Around. I've been there for the behemoth fate. And everyone was jumping around as behemoth. It was really fun. I was super not equipped to deal with it, but it was fun anyway because everyone was having a moment together, and I love those. This person's last name is Branford, and I can't help but wonder if they're like a Tara Branford name inspired. Okay, so Lise has not been here since she was a child. This is gonna be interesting. I'm really excited that she's so excited, and we're gonna be revisiting all of this. Gannha. It's okay, at least you're allowed to have feelings. In fact, I actively encourage you to have feelings about this. I mean, Stolen Light, you know, I had, like, ponies and minions and things in my inventory for, like, an entire expansion without knowing that they were there, so I'm good at this. I just really like the Fate music so much. It's one of my favorite songs in the game. Okay. Yes, and then the Griffin, Ilberd, sacrificed a whole bunch of his people and then himself to summon a really big primal. Which perhaps, again, if we had addressed the reason why Ilberd, and granted, Ilberd, there are things that can be said about Ilberd, none of them kind. But if we had addressed the reason why the people were so desperate You know, like, in a way they kind of forced the Alliance's hand to actually act on saving them because nobody was going to. And, like, sacrificing your people, especially unwillingly, is not by any stretch okay. So in no way would I condone what he did, but you are more likely to prevent terrible things from happening if you address the cause than trying to stop it once it started. So, Torn from the Heavens, I don't remember which song that is, but okay. Imperial Spies, good to know. Yes, I think that's a good way of putting it, Srolgan. Srol Hogan? I'm sorry, I will keep trying. A favorite Primal theme so far. So it's funny. Well, hang on, let me get through this scene and then I'll talk. Let me get through this scene. I realize my pacing is off in this game because I'm used to playing through this while I'm playing with my friends. So I'll kind of see the scene and keep talking to my friends. But I'm going to try to pay more attention and do it right on stream. So let's get through this. That's just so similar to the main theme of Deltarune. I'm glad somebody explained that to me because I was like trying to figure out, like, why does this sound familiar? Why have I heard this before? And that's why. So people would ask me if I was going to play Final Fantasy XIV. And I was like, no. I don't like MMOs. I have no interest in an MMO gameplay. Hold on. I was like, no, I'm not going to anytime soon. But I was just like, it's never gonna happen. Yes, I like almost sang along. I'm with you in the dark right there too. Sorry, Sophie's being really cute. I'm really glad she started hanging out up here so that you can all appreciate her cuteness. Because now that I have this thing that my camera goes on, we can do this. And I'm gonna probably get a second arm and a second camera so we can have cat cam all the time. People were like, okay, well, if you don't play Final Fantasy XIV, you should listen to the music. They were like, we know what we can do to get Lauren to be interested in this game. We'll play the music. I don't know. And it was always the Primal music that they sent me because they know me. I don't know if I have a favorite. I tend to like the first halves better than the second halves. Although I will say playing through the Sephiroth one, knowing that was probably Koji Fox, screaming along the screamo metal lyrics, I was like, that actually makes this better. Yeah, no, a couple of things you can do to try to get me to play games. Music and lore. Alright. Mefrid. Ragnfrid. Okay, Frid is clearly something from the region that we're in. I could go through the gate like a normal person, or I could hop over the wall. Whee! Whee! Oh man, my friends were really confused when I was like, oh look, it's Bismarck. They're like, how do you know Bismarck? We've never seen Bismarck before in any other game. And I'm like, I've played 6. Which has a lot of summons. The Espers. Come to buy some stone. Let's find out about this place. Just a regular Alamegan, that immediately makes me suspect that you're not just a regular Alamegan. A little bit of fluting. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna sing along with the music. I don't even know it that well, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Prospered, Mad King. Oh man, okay. Sorry. For a moment I was like, wait, is this a queer relationship? Because I couldn't tell the gender of the character's name. That's okay. I'll forgive them. Um. Mm, yeah, mining is not good for your health. Mm. Ah. Oh, that's an interesting point that the Empire choked out this village not just by being the Empire, but also by being like, we'll cut off demand for the thing that you depend on for your livelihood. I'm sure there's no real world parallels to that. We're gonna have to do something here. Oops, I didn't mean. No! Defeated by buttons. Okay. Griseldis. Oh, I accidentally climbed on your chair. Sorry, friend. Oh, this isn't good. That doesn't sound good, Griseldis. This is not good. I'm sorry. Did you lose your children? That's kind of what that sounds like for me. I've heard, Ty. I've heard. Before I knew who Horschfont was, I knew that there was this guy who was like that. I love Horschfont. I don't know what I would have thought of him if that had been the version of him that I encountered. I probably would have still loved him, but differently. Hmm. Ansahelm. Oh, we should probably attune to the Aetheryte. Alright, we have attuned to the Aetheryte. Hidden Hearth. Is that your name? What kind of a name is Hidden Hearth? I don't know. I don't know what kind of a name that is. Byron's Bread. Ah. Hmm. Yeah, I could see Horschfont being Pan, actually. Doesn't matter who or what you are if you're the warrior of light he's into you. Oh, it's a Rogan name thing. Oh, okay. Ah. Is that a suspicious look? Like, is that a distrustful look? I'm curious. Huh, yeah, that's what I figured. There's going to be some resistance and animosity here. This time will be different. You should never say this time will be different. If you are saying that, something is wrong. So this is good to know. Yeah, that's what I figured reading from his expression. Oh man! They're like, we want Lauren to like Lise, so we'll make her bold and outspoken. And I'm like, yes! Please do that! That's right, yeah, she said that her dad was a rebel leader. Hilda was really cool. I don't know if it registered what her heritage was there. I guess I just assumed that they couldn't have children together. Angry Curl. Okay, so this must be another row then. Yeah, okay. Yes. I could never remember where the Rogaden were called for the first year or two that I played the game, so I just called them mountains, and my friends knew what I was talking about. So... Isn't Hilda the, Okay, isn't Hilda the leader of the broom? Or am I confusing her with someone else? Okay. Alright, I really liked her. Yeah, no, I remember hearing... I remember her origin story. I just don't think I realized that her mother was a Hur. Interesting. I may have realized that and then forgotten. She's really great, though. I really liked her a lot. There's so many good characters in Foundation. Alright. Things aren't going so great here for everybody. Alright, so Lisa's over here having feelings. It's okay, Lise. Yeah, she's sassy enough that, like, even when Thancred was, like, sworn off flirtation because he had broken his heart and his brain, he still flirted with her a little bit. So I can see that ship. That could have been handled better. Alright, we're gonna try to bribe them into helping us. Hey, will you come fight to the death with us? If we, like, solve your small personal problems? Actually, probably gonna have to find a way. Oh, the prodigal daughter, yes, because she's come home. Okay, well, none of these are things I can use, and therefore none of them will be glamorous, so... Yeah, see, like, it absolutely is. 20 bear butts, yes, true. Alright, Angry Curl. We want to help. There's nothing more suspicious than a good Samaritan. That's funny. Bear butts is the universal cure currency, yes. They're like, go do some menial tasks for us, please. Angry Curl, Frightened Curl? Which of those would you rather be? Alright, so I'm supposed to go... Where am I supposed to go? This is gonna make me learn my way around here, isn't it? Oh, that's way far out. Way far out. What? How am I supposed to... Okay. Hey, Dat Mega Man D. Oh, hold on. Hi, Griseldus. I'm gonna help you, Griseldus. I'm... Bad leg. Okay, well, go get you bear butts for your tea. Okay. Alright, so this is me finding my way around. Effectively. Hold on. Oh, that's way to the east. We're not gonna deal with that. Oh, I thought you were just making up the bear butts thing. Alright, we're gonna do this. Oh, Byron's bread! Oh, they told us about Byron's bread. Let's go, like, see if there's a thing we can attune to in Byron's bread. Hold on. I'm very good at finding my way around, can't you tell? Eager Raptor, Merchant and Mender. Wait. What is this? It's okay. If I take damage or die, I'll manage. I now know how to Vercure, so things will be different than they were the last time as I wandered around and died a whole lot because, Immodest mouse, oh my god. It's amazing. Oh, I like this. Yes. That's amazing. I have a bird. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. I should maybe proceed with care. Oh, what is that? That looks like a bridge. What happens if I go on that bridge? Probably bad news. I probably don't want to do that. Let's go this way. We're just gonna go traipsing around. Get a little bit lost. No big deal. I'm really good at finding my way around in video games, folks. If you think this is bad, you should have seen me before. Where is this? Meat eater. I mean, I'm made of meat, so maybe you shouldn't eat me. Where is this? This appears to be the ziggurat, as I assume, yes. The pyramid thing. Alright, well, this is definitely not going to be an issue in any way. We're just gonna go back where we came. Please don't eat me, thank you. Oh, you want to eat me. What if instead of eating me, you didn't eat me? Oh, this is a different version of the battle theme, because I'm in a different expansion. How exciting! Alright, the last forest. No more forests allowed. Oh goodness, you're big! I almost walked into you, and now you want to eat me too. Oh! This is a good song! Hey now, Dustman, don't tell me things I don't know yet. I'll figure them out when I get there. Okay. So where do I kill these things? Oh, I went the wrong way. Well, look. Some of us are not terribly gifted with senses of directions in video games. Don't get eaten. Don't get eaten. I think I'm in the right vicinity. We're just gonna try not to get eaten. I should probably get those wind currents, but instead, am I even going the right way? I think I am. I think I'm getting close. I think we're doing all right here. Yes, Grim and Enid is a place, even though it sounds like people's names. Alright, I found a location. I think I found where I'm trying to get to, folks. We're just gonna go floating around in the water on my bird. Oh, here we go. Hello. Hello, frightened curl. Why are your feet there? Why is his... But his feet... Okay. Ah. The leftovers from the quarry. Got it. I want to talk to more of you people. I don't... Okay, I can talk to you. Unconscionably heavy sacks. Oh my god. Oh, I need to kill this guy. Let's kill this guy. Are you a giant grasshopper? You are a giant grasshopper, aren't you? Oh, geez, no, no. This is why, by the way, I was playing... I'm playing Hades on Thursdays, right? And I managed to avoid some of Meg's really nasty moves because I'd learned how to not stand in AoE lava puddles because of this game. It's very exciting. So, Ty, literally the only thing I've played is Red Mage. I played Bard, I played Archer and Bard, and I never figured out how it worked, so I stopped. The most aggressive piano music you'd ever heard? I've never played 11. We have somebody in our Discord who went through and played 11 and talked about the experience. It didn't sound like a good time, so I don't know. I'm very much not a person who... No, I don't want to fight you. Oh, but I do like this music. Oh, I like this music! Oh, I like this music! You're gonna hear that a lot. Oh, man! Oh, it's so good! Oh, look at this! Where is this? I want it to be daylight so I can see better. Well, Red Mage is what I wanted Bard to be anyway, so it's all good. What is this place? Oh, hey, look at you, Hornbill. No, get off your bird and fight the other bird. It's the bird. I really like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to switch my Zoro and movement things. How exciting. This looks like this is gonna be a dungeon. But this is gonna be a dungeon. I'm gonna investigate it first. Ixion, you're distracting. You're too big. I bet this is gonna be a dungeon. Oh, I'm so excited. I bet it's gonna have good music. Oh, Sophie, what a cute kitten. Okay, so there's like there is a doorway here. Is this where I came from, actually? No, this isn't where I came from. Emprise? Whoa. No, this goes to Ralger's Reach. Okay. I guess that is where I came from. But I didn't think it was. Well, you know what? I have no... what I need to do, I need to switch it so that I can play this on the big screen because it's much easier for me to process what I'm seeing on screen. It's a small TV, but a large monitor. That is what I use to play console games. But I'm currently not playing any console games, so I should set it up as a second monitor because it's so much easier for me to see things. We have to fight the Flutarinis. We have to fight the Flutarinis, you know it. So 0G and I will fight the Flutarinis. Oh, you're not even in the... Okay, well, whatever. Sorry. I'm not good at this. This, by the way, if you're not familiar with this game already, this is the song that I was really sad wasn't happening. Oh, yes! Are you ready? I'm gonna Zoro you! Ha! Take that! Oh, this is so worth it. Oh no! I did that wrong. I did that completely wrong. Well, look. I've never claimed to be perfect in my rotation. Oh, we did it. Did we do it? Did we do it? Fine, 0G. Not even cheering? You gotta do something. I don't make the rules. I do actually make the rules. Oh, what? Was that you? It's a good song. Alright, well, I like to cheer, and I'm happy when other people who are in Fates with me cheer too. Or something interaction. Okay, hold on, we gotta jump over the fence. Alright, Griseldus! I got you your stuff for your tea, friend. I brought your stuff. You didn't think I was going to, but I am. This is so nicely written, actually, because her saying, like, oh, what brings you back? Because it has not even crossed her mind that you're here with her stuff. I'm not one. Oh, it's a he, okay. Dead man's good for one lesson, a live one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Happy, cheerful game. It's like super victorious music. I really don't know that that is appropriate for this place. We're gonna do something more meaningful. We have to do something more meaningful. Like we can't just show up and ask these people to join us when they have nothing. You know? Like, honestly, like, I take one look at this and I'm just like, there is no point in recruiting them to our resistance. Like, they have nothing to give. Short of entirely abandoning their home. Like, what are we gonna ask? Do they actually have people to spare? They can barely get by. You have my leftovers? Yes. Oh, a secret resistance ally! Oh, yeah. So, I have my epic Final Fantasy VI fanfic that I write. And one of the things that I really want to make sure that I get across is, like, we're going to conscript people into our army. We're going to invade your territory and then make your people our soldiers and have them go die somewhere else for us. Yeah. Well, okay, so this guy and his brother are secret rebels, so... We know why you're here. We can't join you, but we wish we could. Yeah, well, so the Garlean Empire, I have to draw connections between the Garlean Empire and the Gestalian Empire from Final Fantasy VI, which Final Fantasy XIV has drawn those comparisons for me, so I am not reaching. So. Alright. We have helped some people. Oh, there's more people! Hello, no, it's Mefrid. Talking to Anselm. Anselm. It's sad. All right, Mefford, what's up? Food shortage. Yeah, that's a big deal. Like if we can get them to take, if we can make them less desperate, then we could make it maybe so they could spare some help. Ah, oh, I see. We can help with this problem. Yeah, okay. They've been intentionally starving the people. What? Oh, my quest is to talk to Lise. I was like, you didn't give me a quest? He did, in fact. Where is she? Oh, she was... Hold on. I can read maps. I can't actually. There she is. Hello, Lise. She's over here chatting with a cynical youth. Hello, cynical youth. Cynical youth does not have anything to say to me, but perhaps he does to her. Oh, this is a serious song. Oh no, somebody's in trouble. Yeah. L'Orealis just up and was like, what are you doing? I like Lise. Do people not like Lise? I like Lise. This is going to be significant somehow. I mean, you were a child, Lise. But survivor's guilt is real. Oh man, one of my friends in my FC just sent a message on our FC chat to say that he just made it to Stormblood. So I had to send him a message. You know how it goes. You have to cheer people on. Yeah, things aren't super great here. And I don't think we're going to be able to get them to join us. And that's okay, but we are going to take out the Empire's group that's been coming up here causing trouble. That's a good point. Uh-oh. Something bad's about to happen. This is not good. This is not good. Let's see what happens. I do not anticipate this being a good situation for anyone, though. Tributum. Ratmen. Ah, right. I was just there. All right. Let's go to the place that I investigated. Oh, never mind. I have to talk to Mefford first. I can't use any... Oh! Sure, we'll take these. They might look nice. Ah, right, they do have man-eater or meat-eater. I appreciate Mefford seems very, matter of fact. Alright, we're gonna ride our pony. Oh, that's interesting looking. What are you? Huh. I'm still not quite sure what it is. Maybe we won't go do that fate. We're gonna go this way. Wait, hold on. Am I going the right way? Hold on. I was just saying, no, this is the right way. Okay. Should we fight this fate? I don't know if I can. Not alone, maybe. Horrific boots. What are the horrific boots? What are you? The rage binding them to the corporeal realm. The spirits of young Alamegans slain at the hands of Garly invaders roam the peaks seeking vengeance even now, more than 20 summers removed from the fall of their kingdom. Release the spirits from this world that they might find respite in the beyond. Okay. Das Boot. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I can't not. Ah, I did that wrong. Oh, jeez. Ah. Hold on. We're having some problems. Please tank for me. Oh no, I'm having some problems. Hold on, we're gonna run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! Run away! That didn't go so well. Do you hear that music though? Do you hear that music? Okay. I am blue glass. We're going right back. I have seen the description for the fat cat mount because I kind of wanted one and then I saw the description and decided that no. Oh, interesting, Drew. And that does actually kind of fit with some of what... Okay, let's see if I can do this in 10 minutes. Alright, Falcor. I did that badly. What is on me here? Oh, Chocobo regen! Oh, nice! Thank you, Falcor. God, the music is really good. Oh my god, there's more! Stop! Go away, we don't like you. Well, actually, no. That's an oversimplification. You should perhaps rest. Oh no, I accidentally got 2 of them on me instead of 1. Well, that's alright. I'm about to get... No! I'm gonna get my Zoro soon. Oh, I should probably heal myself. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I like... I really appreciate... Oh. Somebody else is helping. Get back here! Invulnerable? Did we run out of time? Why are you invulnerable, friend? Is my Chocobo still here? Or did my Chocobo go away? No, my Chocobo is still here. Alright. There's more still. Okay. Why am I getting interrupted? What's happening? Why is it cannot execute it this time? Okay, so we have to kill enough of them, or I guess banish enough of them. To get the bar full all the way. So they'll just keep respawning. So we'll see if we can do this in the amount of time. Okay. Ah, no. Jolt, Lauren, Jolt. I see. So as you can see, I'm not the most efficient at my rotation. We can do this. I think we can do this. I think we're gonna get it. Like, so there's fates that have like fight the things because there's things. But I feel like at their best, they're really digging into kind of the nightmare of some of what's going on. Like, one thing about this game that I find very interesting is that, yay, we did it! Okay, hold on. See, look at that! Okay, see, look at that. See? Isn't that more satisfying? We cheered, we celebrated, we jumped around a bit. Like, yeah. Much better. I think. Admittedly, my priorities may not be everyone's priorities. Oh, I forgot that I was going somewhere. I should probably check my map and make sure I'm going the right way. Oh, I should probably get on my mount, actually. Okay. Midgard Stormer, you're gonna be my ride, huh? Cool. Alright, here we go. I like the music in this area a lot, which is good. I like that it feels very different from Ishgard, too. Alright, so she's standing there looking all cool. What could be going on? We better get up there. Yep. Yeah, we're not too happy about this whole. Yeah, the Sire of all dragons is pretty chill about that. Hold on. We just go over here. Let's go fight these guys. All right, Lise. That's true. He did say they will do damage. They won't be hard, but there'll be a bunch of them. Okay, hold on. Thanks, Falcor, you're saving the day. Alright, we keep going, I assume. Yes, we keep going. Okay, I'll fight you. You want to fight, buddy? I will fill my Zoro meter on you and then go Zoro your friends up there. It's great. Oh, no, you don't. Stop that. Apparently some people just like stand around and take the lava hit. And I admit there are times that I decide to. It's interesting. These steps look like they might be scaled for the rat people, I guess, who maybe made this place. Actually, I don't know if the rat people, if the Kieran, not the same as Kieran, I think. Maybe it's Chichiran, actually, which actually might make sense because cheap. I don't know, that sounds more like a mousy way of speaking. Kieran? There we go. Let's go fight them. It's a cool looking place, but it definitely looks like a problem. Alright, we're gonna go in here and stop this. We don't want to get eaten. We don't want our friends to get eaten. We don't want other people to get eaten. Just generally speaking, don't eat people. Meet Nasher, huh? Hello, we found Rakrata. Oh, thanks, Sean. This poor guy. I really like the design shaved into his hair. We're gonna have to go help this man. Whatever, we're gonna go help that man. You know we are. Hold on. On like him? On. I mean, I assume I'll be able to figure that out from context soon. Yeah, well, we'll just go beat up. Do you believe, Lise, that we're just going to go make sure he makes it safely? Hold on. The Black Wolf's pups, yeah. This is her being her father's daughter. Oh, I see, okay. Wait, hold on. Where is that? Have I been there? Did I do that? That looks important. But it's not the side that I want to jump down on, so we're just gonna cruise around here. Okay. It's the lowest of the low, culturally speaking. I'd kind of assumed that it was some sort of a placement. Is this the right way? Yes. Okay. Amazing. I love that so much. Let's try not to die though. Let's not fight anything. That would be embarrassing. Soiled sack. That doesn't sound good. Alright. Find nothing of interest? Pardon? Fall damage only does... It only does if you are in combat. Otherwise you will take maximum damage, but... What else am I supposed to do here? Search for his trail. Near the ziggurat. That... Did I mess it up by going the wrong way? I bet I did. I bet I was supposed to do something else here. Sorry, Midgard's armor. No? I don't know then. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. I checked the thing that looked like it was the thing I was supposed to do, and it was like, on second thought, this isn't useful or interesting. Like, oh, okay. I guess not. Like, it's okay. I have a really hard time frequently with searches that are in the orange circle category of searching. I have a hard time with that. Hold on. Withered flowers. Okay, okay, so there's a bunch of things to look at. I don't know that I expect this to... Okay. Maybe they're making me actually search, huh? It's another fate. It's probably going to be a sad fate, too. Well? It would be nice if the ones that, like, are not the right answer would disappear once I'd looked at them. But unfortunately, that does not seem to be... No! Okay, fine. We'll fight you, buddy. We'll fight you. Okay, that took care of business. Wrong way, so we've done that one. We've looked through here. The last forest. Oh, Sophie's little tail is shaking. Are you having a little kitty dream, Soph? Rotting vegetables? Like... I'm a little confused here. Oh my gosh. Chocobo feather. Maybe this is it. Maybe we have to look at all of them. In the dirt, you spy a chocobo feather. Alright. We got it. Alright. Lise is gonna jump out and fight these dudes, and we're gonna have a battle on our hands and cause trouble with the Imperials and cause the Imperials to crack down on everyone here and make things worse. It's true, it is basically just saying no problem here. This is gonna get bad. I'm pretty sure this is gonna get bad. See how bad it gets. They're probably going to take the money and then try to kill him. Wait, one of them is wearing...
Are they Imperials?
They don't look like Imperials. Well, they're wearing
Worse.
stupid masks.
Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
It is amazing how her not being Hot Pants Ida has redeemed her in my eyes. So, like, she's not going to stay hidden. She is going to intervene. We're going to do that.
What?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistance spy.
No, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
Waylaid by bandits. Isn't that the like BioWare game or somebody like some old classic PC RPG? Like, you've been waylaid by bandits and must defend yourself. Like Baldur's Gate or something like
I
that.
said halt!
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fifth?
How stupid do you think we are?
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
So we haven't seen the skulls yet at all. So it's interesting to see they don't look like Imperials. They don't talk like Imperials. They don't seem to be named like Imperials, but they are definitely doing the Imperials' work. So, yep, that's my
Think you can
girl.
kill them all, including the ones watching from the tower. Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labor, assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
And this is a good point as well. But I also, like, if she didn't try or want to, that would be less
But it
good.
isn't fair.
Yeah. I like this. This is good. Like, it hurts to watch him be kicked like that.
It's your bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this godforsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egans can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit. And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
So these are Alamegans who have actually become Imperial citizens and accepted the invasion. Okay, that is a decision that everyone has made. Him, the Imperials. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who is this girl?
That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
Everybody else wears masks. She's going to be a significant character. Yeah, so that guy being like, the reason why I have to face racism is because of you. It's an interesting
Poor
conflict.
bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
The thing is with the Imperials, even if they have helmets, they may not be important. Uh-oh. Is she gonna see us? Is she gonna look up and see us? Huh. Or is she actually up high doing some damage to try to avoid having to do all damage, you know? Like, she can't just be like, don't beat the guy up. But if she's like, you can only beat them up so much rather than them dying, like, I wonder if that's what she's doing. I guess we'll find out. That could make her an interesting and complex character. We'll see, I suppose. Okay. They made their choice. But also kind of how much of a choice is it, really? Like, it's easy for us, sitting in the safety of wherever we live and the situations that we live in, to be like, people should make the decision to go to their death and torture, if that's what it takes to not, you know, turn on or abandon their people. You know, they should resist regardless of the cost. It's easy to say that. It's much harder to actually have to make that decision. I don't know. I think that if you are in that position, you can condemn them for making that decision, but I think it is also important to realize that people are sometimes they do what they do to try to keep the people they love alive. Yeah, Dan, as horribly visceral as that comment is, yes, everyone's a hero until they have a hot iron approaching their face. Yes. Like, you don't know, in a way you don't know what you'll do unless you're in that situation. And also, like, and it's not just you, it's the people you love. You know, like, if you're a parent, would you turn on your neighbor to save your child? And that's, like, complicated and horrible, and you look at people doing terrible things in history, and you can see sometimes people do it not out of the desperation of I must keep my child alive, so I will let your child die. But that's oh yeah, I can't read Joe Abercrombie. He's too grimdark for me. For that reason and many others. No, like, obviously there are things that are right and there are things that are wrong, and dooming somebody else is not a good thing to do, but can you not at least have sympathy for somebody who chooses to doom someone else instead of their own family? Even if you aren't doing it to save your own life. You know, even if you're like, okay, I can die for this, but must I make my kids suffer? That's when it starts getting a lot harder. Alright, so we are off to a great start here. Everything is going well, I think. Everybody's happy. Hello, Bent Frond. Oh, there's a fence. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to step on your crops. Leaning Ent. Some use for a pile of hay, maybe. Alright. See if I can find my way back. We're gonna wrap this quest up and then we may call it a night. What are you? Crag Claw. Interesting. See, Ty, though, that's not the same as what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about meat eating and people and you know, creatures eating each other to stay alive. I'm talking about decisions that people make in complicated situations that they're thrust into a life or death decision. And stories, in my opinion, are much more interesting when the people when the people on the other side are not generically evil, but are like actually like complicated, well-rounded human beings who have reasons for doing what they do and some complexity other than just I kill good guys because I'm bad. Haha. You know? Bones heal, scars fade, but the dead remain dead. And so what's really sad here is that neither one of them is wrong. Like, I honestly, and maybe this is because I am now like older and more jaded about life or something, I don't know. But I can't blame these people. Like, looking at their situation, I'm like, we can't do anything. We can't ask anything of them. And it is completely reasonable for them to be like, we have nothing else to give. We have, you know, we have lost the last of our people who had hope. And so they're not wrong. But also Lise isn't wrong either, because they are going to get choked to death slowly this way, perhaps. You know, it's slower maybe than an uprising where then they all are killed. But this is barely even survival. Like, the fact that the Empire keeps taking their food away. They don't even have enough food. They aren't even growing much food to begin with. The Empire is taking their food precisely to keep them from becoming strong enough for us to be able to come and take them. Like, the Empire knows what they're doing. They've done this before. But, like, this isn't sustainable for them. Something is going to have to happen. Like, the we've got nothing left to give, you feel that. Well, that went well. I like Meffred being very pragmatic. I think that's a good detail for a character, especially because we have some idealists in the party. We have young idealists, and that's what I was saying. Like, I was wondering who our like tempering influence is going to be, because we have Alice, who is young and doesn't realize how immature she is, much like Alphino was, and we have Lise, who's also quite young, and maybe less immature in some ways and more immature in others. It is a good chill song. Let's see. Burgard. They're more friendly towards me. Alright, Mifrid. I'm gonna jump over a fence and talk to you, friend. Falcor clipped. He's like, I'm too pragmatic to have this conversation. Perhaps you can have this conversation since you don't actually say words. You just communicate ideas. Yeah. Yeah, it's especially effective that it's not just the evil empire, evil empiring. The fact that it is our own people. Like, it is their own people. And it's not just their own people being businesslike and cold, but actively sadistic towards their own people. Like, that's what makes it so effective from a like storytelling perspective, from a writing perspective. That is this is a good line. This is a good line. That says so much. This guy's gonna join. Well, he found me. It's a good response. You're in a rough spot. So we'll take one guy. I suppose I am. Okay, so there are a few others. Okay. Okay. I guess they can decide for themselves. He poses. Alright, well thank you, sir. Well, that's something. Alright, so we were successful. Honestly, if I had written the story, nobody at this point in time would join us. I think that that's too easy. I'm gonna take you out of the... No, Ixion, you don't get to come with me! Oh! Ixion was Ralger's steed. How interesting. Okay. Remove from favorites. I mean, I mean, I'm sure it makes sense from a... Okay, I have to figure out how to get back where I'm going. Okay. If we just go to the right here and just keep cruising this way. Hold on. I think like from like a we are making a game and we want the player to feel good and accomplished, it makes sense to be like, oh well, that didn't like that amounted to something worthwhile. Oh, I could teleport. You're right, I forgot I could teleport. I briefly forgot that teleporting was a thing that existed in this game. Thank you. Let's do that. It's much better. Okay. This is way better than me trying to figure out maps. So now you've seen me with maps. Just imagine how bad it was when I was first starting this game. It was a million times worse. But I feel like they've kind of undercut the point that they were trying to make about the complexity of the situation. By having it be like, well, actually it turns out we're fine with leaving anyway. Like, I don't know. We'll see what they do with it, but I have some, right now I'm saying that's not what I would have chosen to have done. Nothing went according to plan. Yeah, but there's only a small group of people anyway. So if it's like there's 10 people and like 3 of them want to join you, it's like, and obviously, you know, we can assume there's more villagers that we don't see. Like, you can generally assume that there's more people that are like virtual people existing in the world to make it actually fleshed out. But still, like, I don't know. They've all got their reasons. I like how he has the conscripts in there too. Yeah. Yes! Oh my god. Okay. So putting aside the fact that Ida, as we knew her, Hot Pants, would never have been a character in a million years that I would have expected to be someone who could win people over with the way that she talks and her conviction. Like, I thought that she was, you know, So since they've reinvented her as like a completely different character with a different personality and everything, if they want to make her be the like earnest, idealist person who talks people into doing like joining their cause and stuff. Now the thing is though, this isn't growth. This is a different character. And I've said that I'm okay with them changing her character because they couldn't have built a major story on the shoulders of the character we knew as Ida. I understand the complaints because, and I was expecting her to grow and change. I was expecting Ida to grow into herself and become a better and more serious character, perhaps after the death of Papalimo. She takes it more seriously, and then we go into Alamigo, and she has to come to terms with things, and maybe she's been like a goofball because she doesn't want to deal with how bad things are for her people, and then she has to confront it, and that kind of slowly changes her. That's the sort of thing that I would have expected them to do with her. But instead they decided to take a shortcut, which is a shortcut I'm okay with them making because, I mean, they basically retconned her. They have retconned her so that she has never been Ida, the personality that we knew. And she's got some of the same animations, but none of this is stuff that Ida, as we knew her, would have done. This is not how she talks. This is like, it's not the same character. They have decided to retcon that is not Ida. This is a new character. Here's a new personality. Which is funny because she talks about how awesome her sister was. And her sister is like the least cool, inspiring, impressive character in the entire game. But again, because of the whole situation with the sister and stuff, they're retconning the entire situation. And I am choosing to go along with it. And I'm not complaining about it. But it is interesting to see that's what they're doing. And I'm hoping that this is the last major retcon we have. So we'll see. Now, they could have it be where it's like a growth thing, where it's like Lise has never been the person who would be that, but now that she's in a position like that, she's growing into being like her father and her sister were. A foil? Maybe... It's less good than what I have, and it won't be as cool looking Well, we'll take it. Alright, let's see. Oh, I leveled up! Now I can do more red mage stuff. Yay! Okay, so that is one big story that we did. There is Minago. We could do that. We could try to do that tonight, or we could... What are the glowy purple things happening over here? Oh, those are players. Okay. Let's see. Houdin. Well, I mean, so the Scions, according to this, all knew she wasn't really Ida. So I don't know. Houdin is very earnest. Yeah, Alamigos had some bad times. Was the invasion of Gridania, or the attempted invasion of Gridania, under the Crazy King? Oh, a sightseeing log. I will take that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is telling me you're going to spend time in Alamigo and Doma. If you didn't already know that. Taking such breathtaking vistas. Yes. All right. Let's see what Alice has to say. Yeah, like I'm accepting the retcon. It's just it's an interesting decision. Well, I've been sitting most of the day, and I stream now multiple times a week. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shut down here for now. I still have to save my game. So I think we'll pick up with this plot line, Minago's adventure. We'll pick that up because that's going to take us back into Eorzea proper to go talk to the Alliance. We'll do that. We'll do that next week. Thank you so much for joining. I know I had a lot to say about the Primals and so on, but I don't know. These are things that I have to say about Final Fantasy XIV, and since I haven't streamed the whole way through the game, I haven't said these things to you yet. So if you're not already on our Discord, I think most of you are, but if you're not, even if you're a lurker, you're welcome to join. If you're one of our YouTube folks, you're welcome to join as well. If you want to hang out on social media, get updates on like what the plans are and things like that for upcoming streams. Tomorrow we're going to be playing more Hades, and I have a mini golf, crazy Lauren's. I'm going to build out what I think is going on. So that'll be fun. Saturday we're going to do some art on stream, which might be, I don't know. I have a couple of possibilities it could be. Monday, we've started doing Monday creative sprints to get your week started, so planning your week and then working on stuff, and that's 11 a.m. Eastern during they're in my time zone, so feel free to join that. And then Tuesdays we're going to continue with Suikoden too. And then every Wednesday for the foreseeable future is going to be Final Fantasy XIV. So I will see all of you lovely people later. Please take care of yourselves and have a good evening.